Well, another ripper of a day, another update. Ooh, 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 ooh. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Uh-huh. What's all this then? Well, I've just been up to Dudley in the West Midlands. It was bloody Boston, it was. It's great. Anyway, I've bought some wheels, some front forks, rear shock, complete front and rear braking system, front mudguard, cush drive, axles, rear spring arm. Bought all this as a job lot from a dude on the YPVS Facebook group, and I've been doing a bit of research on various bikes for donors for 17-inch wheels. So these are 17-inch wheels, so I can put modern rubber rather than skinny horrible rubber that hasn't been developed for 40 years like we have on the RD at the moment. And I found a little gap in the market on 125s. So Suzuki have a GSX-R 125, Honda have a CBR 125, I think they even call it a Fireblade laughingly. Yamaha have an R125, and KTM have the Duke 125. So these are off the KTM Duke 125. Now the reason why I went for the KTM option rather than any others is because these forks are white power. If you know anything about suspension, you know that white power is as good as Öhlins, and the shock is also white power. The brakes are a mix of Burby, which most people have never heard of, including me until I did start doing my research, but it's a radial caliper. So it's single disc at the front, which is all you really need on a light bike. My Ducati only has a single disc, and that works absolutely fine. Obviously this is all ABS brakes, so obviously I won't be going down the ABS route, so I'll be selling a lot of this on. Not sure if I'll be using the rear caliper, but the ABS unit looks to be exactly the same Bosch unit as my Ducati Desert Sled, so I'll probably be keeping the ABS unit as a spare. Front mudguard obviously fits, and I've got the two axles and the swing arm, so it was a job lot, and it was very reasonably priced. That's kind of why I went down this 125 route. So you could buy these forks off eBay for like, 100, somewhere between 100 and 130 quid, if they're listed as a Duke 390, but exactly the same forks are on the 125, and you'll get those for probably about 80 quid on eBay. And I got all this for a lot less than what all the components are worth. I won't tell you how much, but it wasn't much. I just had to drive up there and get it. The guy just wanted rid, basically. So the swing arm, I'm pretty sure I won't be using, mostly because it's going to be way too long and it's going to extend my wheelbase way too much. But certainly the wheels I'll be using, and the front forks I'll be using, and the front caliper I'll be using, and the front mudguard. So that's really the only things that I'm definitely sure I'll be using. I'll have a look at using the rear shock, but I think it's going to be too long, which is a shame because it is a white power shock, the proper job. Or I could change the swing arm, we'll have to see. But anyway, my next job at the moment on this, again another really hot day, it's in the 30s today. My next job is to degrease all this stuff, including the barbecue grates. So yeah, just going to start plodding through this lot, just degreasing it with loads of geyser. I won't be degreasing the swing arm, I don't think, so I'll just be moving that on, I would say. Yeah, and go from there. And once it's all clean, I'll be starting to offer up rear and front end and see A, if it's going to fit, and B, how I'm going to make it fit. So, and here's Lola. She doesn't much think of it.